Beer-Bourbon-Breakfast.
Yep. Okay. All right. I like it.
Beer, producer Dave, write that down. Beer-Bourbon-Breakfast.
Breakfast.
I don't know, the three B's, triple B.
Triple B.
In fact, there's actually already, there's a beer-based podcast, I think, that's kind of their three B's is, I don't know, beer, buddies, basketball.
Beer buddies and butts.
Could be.
Maybe. I don't know.
We'll probably check that one out, actually.
Yeah. Or not.
So we're here. I guess I'm Dwayne.
Andrew. Hello.
I don't know. There's not much setup more than that.
No.
Just buddies that like to drink and eat.
Yep. And,
Got nothing better to do on a Sunday morning.
No. No. Then talk about breakfast food, drink some delicious treats.
Yeah, exactly. We're at 115 Craft. Shameless plug. That's my craft beer, wine, and whatnot bar.
Like that.
I'm gonna put that on the sign actually. So come by, check us out. 115 Main Street, McCaddenville, aka Christmastown, North Carolina.
On the map.
Gaston County, not too far from Charlotte.
Did you ever feel like you would say, I've got a place in Gaston County?
I knew this would happen.
Just wanted to, just
No, God no.
curious. Just
Never
curious.
thought it in a million years.
No,
We also have a place at the beach, but
just saying.
No, never. If you told me Gaston County, I would have said no. I mean, honestly, if you told me anywhere around Charlotte,
Yeah.
I would have said not happening. Not going to do it.
Yeah.
I don't know. Can't tell you why. I mean, I guess in my head, I never thought Gaston County was ready for it or would be accepting of craft beer. But especially with you guys at one point, traders living in Gastonia and now living in South Carolina, realized there was a scene here. So I think that helped.
Well, I mean, you guys pretty much created the scene in McCaddenville.
I think so. At least we expanded on what little bit was here.
Yeah.
So
I mean, otherwise, it was, macro beer and wine.
well, I mean, actually, physically in the town of McCaddenville,
There was nothing, right?
you had to go to the restaurant up the street, and
Oh, yeah. That's what I was.
I mean, they
referring to.
have craft beer. They do pretty good considering they're just an Italian restaurant. But yeah, but of course they do have pretty good wine. But I mean, slim pickings and definitely not this atmosphere or selection.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, we're happy to be here. We love this community, and we hope that we've become a part of the community.
Yeah.
So we're pretty happy with it.
Well, a little history on the tap room.
Yeah, that's probably a good thing. It's pretty cool, actually.
There's a lot of history here.
The building itself was originally a mill home for the Farr Mills in the area. Built in 1860 something. Nobody really knows an exact date. So what, 160?
Math. Yeah. Yeah. Well, that sounds good.
Let's say that.
Ish.
I like it. It's
Yeah.
500 years old. But it was part of the mill homes. People that worked in the mills lived here at supposedly a discount. Yeah. The town itself, it was originally it's McCaddenville. It was named after a guy, last name McCadden. He started the mills in town.
Richard.
We'll call him Richard.
Yep. It's got a nice ring to it.
Yeah. Dick. He liked to go by Dick.
Dick McCaddenville.
Dick McCaddenville.
That's.
But at some point, probably the biggest historical thing that happened in this town was Edison.
Ah, yeah.
Thomas Edison installed I don't know if it's technically what it is called, but basically a hydroelectric generator on the river, just basically across the field here from us. And it was his 31st generator that he installed. Supposedly he was here supervising the installation. And it lit the mills. And supposedly these are the first electrically lit mills, like completely electrically lit, factory mill, whatever, in, some people say in the world, some people say America, some people say this side of the Mississippi, whatever. It's one of the first. It's still pretty cool.
Dang.
Yeah, the generator itself is, I think, in a museum in Gastonia. And
far out.
yeah.
Yeah. It's only a matter of time. It's a matter of time, man.
Puntastic, man. So, yeah, cool little town. But, Christmas town. Month of December, it's lit up, and a gazillion people come and walk through, drive through, and
View the lights.
look at the lights. So
Man.
we're trying to make it where, as much as we love that, we're trying to make it where it's more of a year-round destination. We got trails, and you can bike, you can hike, you can walk. There's you can kayak and stuff right here at the river, the South Fork River.
Sweet.
There's Italian restaurant, like I said. There's ice cream place, a couple coffee shops. There's actually another tap room down the road.
A plethora.
Yeah, so a little boutique. Some cool. It's a good day trip
Nice.
from
Well,
Charlotte.
well, and that's the kind of the beauty of the location too, because you're so close to everything. You're 30, 45 minutes away from a lot of different things.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, for sure.
Foothills, going to Charlotte.
I think last night was one of the best examples of it. We showed the Charlotte Football Club game, and there was a lot of people here from, maybe not from Charlotte, but from like maybe the outskirts or,
Yeah.
that we'd never seen before.
That's cool.
So, and they just came because nobody else showing the game,
Nice.
or at least committed to showing the game. So I think we're a Charlotte Football Club bar now.
Nice. Heck yeah. Charlotte
And
FC.
reluctantly, we're a Panthers bar, apparently.
Oh, well, as a Panthers fan, it's
Get support the team.
it's kind of like the Browns. We're in our rebuild. I don't know.
Constantly in a rebuild.
Yeah, I don't.
Well, the difference is Browns fans
Are used to it.
continue to support the Browns no matter what.
Well, yeah, that's fair weather fans. That's for sure.
Yeah.
But,
But
yeah.
still, I mean, honestly, in the grand scheme of things, still a new football team. So
Yeah, I mean, what we're
young. Let's put it that way.
25
Like mid-teens.
yeah, something like
Yeah,
that.
no.
But yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. Thanks for bringing that up.
Yeah. What? Charlotte or
Us.
Panthers?
This place, not
I
Panthers.
gotcha.
No, I'm sorry. I think I brought that up. I'm sorry for it.
You do love talking about the Panthers.
No, I do not. I do not.
But yeah, well, it's a lot of history. This place. I mean, you can definitely look at the walls here and tell that there's a rich history with McAdenville. So
Yeah.
a lot of cool things on the horizon, especially across the street.
Yeah, they're talking about building a food hall and event center, and eventually the Carolina Trail thread, goes through town, and that's actually this long trail system that connects even into South Carolina and all through Charlotte area, Gaston County.
Okay.
Eventually, that is going to complete. It's going to connect us to Cramerton,
Okay.
which will be awesome.
Nice.
Because you'll be able to walk or bike from
Sweet.
Cramerton, which is kind of a cool little town too.
Yeah.
And I'll probably take you 10 minutes to get here.
Goat Island,
Yeah, Goat Island. Yep, 100%.
represent.
Yeah.
Show respect to the goat.
So yeah, no, man, there's a lot going on here. It's a cool little town. So,
Sweet.
Yeah.
That's what you guys needed.
Yeah.
Or this is what the town
what
needed.
they needed, yeah.
Yeah. Thanks.
Yeah, but I mean, we've been welcomed with open arms for sure.
Nice. And you guys had a food truck here last night too,
Oh
right?
man, Smoky Beard Barbecue.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Shout out.
dude, killer barbecue. You see him out and about, or follow us on Instagram, Facebook,
Nice little plug.
and we have them coming back. We have food trucks about every Tuesday, every Thursday, most Fridays, most Saturdays, and a few Sundays here
Nice.
and there. Like we have a sandwich express that's coming today at 1:00.
Cool.
So been trying to do that
Nice.
a little bit.
And you guys have like a little bit of food here too?
We try to keep these snack plates in stock. It's like a meat and cheese plate, a hummus or tzatziki dip thing. We're out of them right now.
Yeah. Well,
But hopefully they get refilled tomorrow. So they sold pretty good.
Sweet.
That's a new thing. So,
Little Shakoots.
Yeah, and we welcome DoorDash and ordering pizza from Tear Me up the street. A lot of people do that.
Heck
So
yeah.
outside food is always welcome.
Nice.
So, yeah.
Come get your drink on and get your grub on.
Best selection of craft beer in town. I mean, and probably besides Summit, probably Gaston County. I would say. Yeah. I mean, the Summit's definitely got us beat on can count and everything. Place is cool. Shout out to Summit.
Shout out Summit.
Summit Bottle Shop, Mount Holly, North Carolina.
Booyah.
Yeah. So. Cool.
But yeah, so that's our introduction.
Yeah.
I should have.
What are you up to? Selling patio furniture?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
It's one of those kind of deals.
If you're looking for some high-end patio furniture, my man here, that's who you want to see.
Yeah. I was supposed to be in Charleston, Mount Pleasant last week. Ran into a little bit of a delay there. They had to dig up a bunch of concrete and re-pour and all that good stuff. But, new construction, always delayed.
Mount Pleasant, our old stomping ground.
Heck yeah. It's right off 17, too.
Yeah, love Mount Pleasant. Miss it.
Right there in the bridge.
Miss the beer scene there.
Yeah. That traffic, though.
Oof. Screw that.
No.
Where are we at count-wise?
We're at 4 minutes, but I think we're
You started late, didn't you?
Yeah. We're probably at the 8-minute mark, something like that.
12
minutes?
Ish. Yeah.
All right.
We're good with ish.
Ish?
Yeah.
Should we get into...
Well, let's talk about what you brought here, buddy.
So, it's a little delicacy. You can't go wrong with sausage and cream cheese and crescent rolls, basically. So this is a thing that I grew up eating. It's affectionately called the sausage log. It's kind of what it is. A little pastry action, and it's one of my favorites.
It's delicious. I'm trying to think when was the first time you made this for us. I don't know.
God, I can't even remember that.
I'd imagine it was one time when you stayed with us or we stayed with y'all or something.
Yeah.
It was a revelation.
It was an eye-opening experience.
It was an eye-opening experience.
It's one of those things where, it's something so simple, but it's so damn good.
And best with nieces. Spicy sausage.
Is there another kind of sausage?
Man, so good. It's made in Charlotte, right?
They've got that place over near Noda, or was
yeah,
it
but
Statesville?
Maybe it's not. It might be. I know it's made in North Carolina.
Yeah.
Because you can pretty much only get it in North Carolina, I think. I mean, I think we found it in South Carolina a couple times.
Yeah, the Publix right above my house has it. That's where I
Okay,
got this,
okay. So
it's not consistent.
Yeah, North Carolina adjacent or whatever.
Surrounding boroughs.
Surrounding. Maybe in a little bit in Virginia.
But yeah, it's. Growing up in North Carolina, it's the only.
It's the cheerwine of sausage.
Yeah, it's the king of sausages.
It's a great breakfast and pretty much everything else, if you ask me.
It
could be dinner.
I like it cold, like hot. It's just one of those things. So, but yeah, don't mind if I do. Sorry to chew in everyone's ear.
Yeah.
My apologies there. But yeah.
I've had similar things to this, but I always like the way you make it. It's the sausage to cream cheese ratio is a lot better.
It allows each ingredient to shine.
Yeah.
Or something.
That's a good way to put it.
I don't know. It's damn good.
It goes well with a Liquid Death.
Shout out Liquid Death.
We're looking for sponsors.
From the Alps.
What Alps, we don't know.
Yeah, it's like a small town in Idaho.
Well, it's the company's in California, so I don't think the Alps stretch that far.
Well, yeah, they big, but I don't think they reach that much.
So apparently, it's producer Dave here. JT Neese started selling Neese's sausage out of the back of his truck in 1917, currently located in Greensboro, North Carolina since 1933.
Ooh, Greensboro. Wow, how
See,
the three of us
I knew it was good.
did not know that. Growing up in that region of the state, just took it for granted.
I always thought it was like Statesville or something. I don't know why. Is there any correlation there to Statesville, or am I just making that up?
You're just making it up.
Okay. All right.
You just really wanted to be from Statesville. You love Statesville. All you talk about all the time is like Statesville. God.
I'm thinking of Cheerwine, right?
Sherman Salisbury. And I can see where, now I think,
It's the other S word.
yeah.
No.
Yeah, Cheerwine is Salisbury. Ooh, we're gonna have to have a soda. Add a soda to this experience. This with a Cheerwine? Oh my God.
That would be,
Good damn mixer with bourbon though.
yeah.
Not with today's bourbon.
Not-
We're not
no.
mixing Cheerwine with that bourbon or anything else. But I mean, I guess you could. I guess you could if you wanted to. But
You know, you got a little ancient age laying around,
yeah,
something like that.
yeah.
You know?
But yeah, like a Jack and Cheerwine.
Yeah. I
Oh
can see that.
man. Protagonist, Brewing. They have a slushy machine. They do occasionally have done a Cheerwine bourbon slushy. Oof. Somehow they get the syrup. Oof. Which I didn't even know you still do that, and supposedly it's. I mean, I know I've had it. It's very good.
Yeah.
But supposedly that's the key is like don't just pour a bottle of Cheerwine in there.
Oof. We got to get that syrup.
Yeah, get that syrup. Get that syrup game.
You got to pull it up.
But yeah, bourbon and Cheerwine is very good. But yeah, no, not today. Not today.
Not today, player.
Maybe we'll do that when we have we will be having ancient age bourbon on here one day. I almost did it today, actually. But because that will be when we get our liquor license here, fingers crossed, that'll be our house. I'm going to try to make that our house bourbon.
I mean, for the money, it's a dang good bourbon.
Oh, man. Especially you're talking to people who might want to mix it with stuff or, you know.
It's a good approachable bourbon, you know,
Yeah.
even for the people that aren't into it.
Yeah.
You know, it's not super hot, not super hot proof or anything like that. I mean, it's
The same grain bill as, I think, Buffalo Trace.
yeah, I think so too.
Just aged in a different part of the rick house, I guess.
And also not aged as long, I think.
Well, we're not to the bourbon section of the podcast yet, so
Yeah,
probably
that's we're
we're in the Cheerwine section apparently.
maybe we should do that as a segment. It's a Cheerwine pairing, right?
How does Cheerwine go with his bourbon today?
No. I'm just with Cheerwine pairing with. Does Cheerwine pair with a hamburger? The answer is
Yes.
Yes, it
Yes.
does. Yes, it does.
I'm trying to think of something that it wouldn't pair with.
Caesar salad. I don't. That's the first thing that came to mind. I don't know. Ambrosia salad? No. God. Well, we've reached a new low in the podcast. We've
What
referenced-
things pair with Cheerwine?
I was going to say we've now discussed ambrosia salad. So
Well,
definitely one of those things. You know.
I don't think normally that we will be preparing the breakfast part of the podcast. But good way to do it. I think this was awesome. It was a good idea.
Glad you liked it.
Thank you for making it. I think and to get into the gist of what we're doing here,
Yeah, we probably should talk about that a little bit.
I mean, I think the name should give it away for the most part.
I mean, hopefully.
We're going to talk about some sort of breakfast. We're going to talk about a bourbon. We're going to talk about a beer. Maybe multiple of each. We don't know.
We'll see where the day takes us.
You know, I think we're going to focus on, at least with the beer and the breakfast part, heavy focus on North Carolina, local.
Yeah.
Bourbon, that's going to be a little tough. Yeah. I mean, there's some good ones out there, no doubt about it, but it's just few and far between.
We got a couple.
Yeah. And I almost brought a bottle from Winston-Salem, the distillery out there.
Oh, yeah.
That we had. at home, but I changed my mind.
Yep.
But we'll bust that out one day. Maybe we'll maybe we'll do like a Winston-Salem day or
That'd be cool.
Greensboro. Or,
Well, I
know,
mean,
it'd be hard to do the breakfast part of it, but
well,
I mean, don't get me wrong. Not if I was in Winston. It'd be very easy.
I'm about to say, man, that's
But I guess I could get up at like 4 a.m, drive to Winston, grab us some breakfast somewhere, and bring it back.
let's tell me if this is if this would be cheating or not. What if there's a Biscuitville in Winston? Would that count?
Yeah, 100%.
I mean, it's Biscuit.
Biscuitville will happen on this podcast.
Yeah, it's
Biscuitville's going to happen. I'm going to get us some tenderloin biscuits from
hell yeah.
country. Or Piedmont Triad breakfast will be represented. The beer as well, and I guess the bourbon too. So
I mean,
even out in Louisville, there's a distillery that does a pretty good. They make a pretty good bourbon.
I'm sorry, Louisville.
Louisville.
Okay, all right, yeah. Now
It's not Louisville. It's not Kentucky, but it's Louisville.
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 Yeah. You can't
Yeah.
pronounce that last bit.
So yeah, we'll be. It may not be fresh, but it definitely like
It might not be fresh, but it's gonna be delicious.
on my next trip to Greensboro, Winston, what the hell ever, I'm gonna grab some biscuits from somewhere.
Yeah.
So
If we went into Greensboro, Golden Walk can be considered a breakfast food, correct?
some General Tso for breakfast.
I mean, crispy Italian chicken. Shout out.
I mean, anything's
Walk.
breakfast if you eat it in the morning.
I mean, it's a breakfast of champions. We all know that.
It's gotta be cold though, if you ask me. Because then you throw Sir Pizza in the mix. Oh, that's happening, my friend. That is happening, Man, I'll tell you what. I was worried about the breakfast part of it. That we might run out of things.
No.
But man, we are brainstorming.
I mean, it's
But there's plenty of others. There's plenty of places around here that are,
True that.
I mean, those old diners and stuff like that. Being that we do this on a Sunday might be a problem, but we'll figure it out.
No, because I know what you're going to say with this, but Waffle House is always open.
Well, I was trying to do North Carolina staples, but even that, like Hardee's falls into that category. Krispy Kreme, Krispy Kreme, yeah. No, Dunkin' Donuts does not fall in that category.
But it does, though.
Nah, it does. Nah, it's from Boston, or wherever the hell it's from. It ain't from North Carolina.
If they're taking your heart, let it out.
So yeah, there's a lot of places that fall in it. Hell, Sheets falls in it. No, I guess not. Not really. No.
Little breakfast burrito action.
Yeah. That's a Virginia company, I guess.
Yeah.
QT is not. They're not North Carolina, right?
Hell if I know.
Damn good breakfast burrito for a gas station burrito. Whew, it's good.
I remember you telling me. Which one had the breakfast pizza?
Them QT. It's good too. Gravy is the sauce.
God.
It sounds like something a kid would come up with.
It'd be one of those things. It's like, oh God, this is delicious, but why's my chest hurt?
It sounds like something on
crushing pain.
What's the Gordon Ramsay, the show? He would go in and fix your restaurant, whatever.
Yeah.
It sounds like something that would be on the menu before he fixed it. You'll never believe this, Gordon. We have this awesome breakfast pizza. What's the sauce? Gravy.
He's like, fucking hell, One of those things.
But fuck Gordon Ramsay. It's delicious.
I mean, it's
just their pizza crust, but gravy, egg, cheese, and sausage.
Dang.
Yeah.
I mean, how could you not think that was good?
I don't know. You hate America?
Yeah.
Possibly.
No, not possibly. Yes, it's you're 100%.
You grew up in a communist regime?
Yeah.
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 There's a lot. I think we can come up with some excuses why you would hate that.
Or you're a vegan.
Get that shit without sausage on it. Well, I guess the egg is
Well, if it's good gravy too.
just vegetarian. Vegetarians can eat it. Vegans, I don't know. Can't help you there.
Maybe not so much there, but
Yeah.
yeah. All right. What are we sipping on
Cool.
today?
Let's start out with the beer first, I think.
All right. That sounds good.
I feel like we can discuss order. Is this going to be the order every time? I like doing breakfast first. I think that's the way to do it.
Well, yeah. I mean, you can't start drinking on an empty stomach.
But I feel like probably beer is the second.
Yeah. I think that's probably you got to ease on into it.
Maybe if we have like a really heavy sour or stout dessert type beer, we'll have for dessert. So today
Yeah, what are we sipping on?
we're sipping on Forgotten Roads Pine Street Porter.
Pine Street Porter.
And if you didn't hear me, from Forgotten Roads out of Graham, North Carolina, near, I guess next Burlington would be the biggest city.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry, compressor kicked on there.
Work through it.
Yeah, we'll work through it. We'll figure that. Next time we'll just turn that thing off.
What is that?
This is a porter.
porter.
Can we pass the can back down here?
Yeah.
Because this is a basic porter. Without anything being on the label or any descriptions, I've had it a couple times. American style.
Yeah.
Doesn't really lean towards the English porter. To me, it doesn't.
It smells delicious.
Damn good. Especially after warming up here a little bit.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That's very nice.
Yeah, very well done. Malty, not too heavy. Some breweries nowadays like to make a porter, and it's really a stout.
Yeah.
But just a good throwback to probably a style of beer that got you into craft beer. Especially I know our producer Dave. This is right up his alley. He's a dark beer
Heck yeah.
fiend.
All the way.
I used to not like dark beers, and then all of a sudden something just clicked. And man, dark beers are delicious.
Well, I think dark beers too. If you're like a bourbon guy, dark beers.
Yeah.
I mean, I couldn't really point out exactly why, but I don't know. Maybe full flavored,
Yeah.
little bite. This has got a nice roastiness to it.
A little bit of coffee.
Yeah, definitely just a natural, from the production of beer, from porters, from roasting the malts, and I like that too. When you don't get me wrong, I love a good coffee porter.
Yeah.
But when you get a good porter or even a stout that's got just the natural coffee notes,
Yeah.
it's nice. It's just a good throwback beer, and porters too. I hate the term, like it's stout season, and I do get it, but I don't know, man. A beer like this, don't get me wrong, I ain't drinking this on the beach.
No.
But
we're not pounding these on the beach.
Oh man, that's a good springtime beer if you ask me.
Yeah.
Sitting on the back porch, smoking a stogie. I don't smoke stogies, but
No. Or around a campfire or something like that.
yeah, 100%.
Little smokiness.
5.6%. So Forgotten Roads out of Graham again. Little brewery out there making amazing beers.
Yeah. You told
Especially
me about
dark stuff. But we have a couple hazy IPAs from them.
Haze.
Killer hazies.
Yeah.
Sours, very good.
Okay.
Just all around, just a great brewery. Veteran owned.
Sweet. Nice.
Ben, the owner, can't remember his last name. Super nice guy. He
Shout
brought
out,
this. He brought this beer out here to us, which is pretty cool considering how far away they are.
Yeah.
And he assured me that we are the only place in the area to get it.
Nice. Well.
And I'm not 100% sure on this, but maybe even in the Charlotte area.
I personally haven't seen it before. I mean,
Yeah.
and
we're going to try to keep it pretty consistent. I won't say all the time, but
yeah.
we try to do stuff like that. We try to bring in some harder to find beers, harder to find North Carolina beers,
Yeah.
especially into the shop, and especially leaning on that a little bit harder. stuff that maybe you kind of know about because you live in the state, and maybe you've had, but you're not driving to Graham to pick up beer. You're just not. Nobody's doing that.
Yeah.
But even Charlotte, I mean, we focus a lot on Charlotte stuff too because of that reason. A lot of people in Gas County don't want to go to Charlotte because it's traffic and all this stuff.
Yeah.
But anyway, Forgotten Roads, veteran-owned, great spot in Graham. If you're ever out that way, Burlington area, Whitsett, also check out Red Oak. Killer beer hall, man. But definitely go check out Forgotten Roads. They also have a tap room in Greensboro.
Okay.
Cannot remember the area. I know it's in like a shopping district or whatever.
Okay.
Really cool little tap room. Keeps most of their beers on tap. I think it's all Forgotten Roads beer.
Nice.
And good bourbon selection too, though.
Ooh.
Yeah, Ben's apparently into bourbon. We had a little conversation about that when he was here.
Nice.
And he was even pushing me. He was like, "Yeah, get that license." So, yeah,
Get that
cool,
license, son.
Cool beer, cool guy. Support veteran owned type stuff. That's pretty. I don't have a problem with that at all.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, and get it at 115 Craft. I can tell you how much this can is. I guess let's just leave it a surprise, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah. If you want to know how much this beer is, you got to come to.
You got to
Craft
come
115.
up here. I'll tell you. $6.50.
That's damn good beer.
Yeah, I mean, I
It's-
guess you can get a Mick Ultra cheaper, but it ain't gonna taste like this.
Not in the slightest, but I mean that's the. I love that you guys are really focusing on North Carolina. Number one, I mean the quality. We've got some tremendous breweries here in North Carolina, but also, I mean, you're going to get the stuff extremely fresh.
Yes, we definitely carry things from out of the state. I mean, we've got some. We just recently got some corporate ladder stuff out of Florida. Although on the can it says it was brewed in North Carolina or canned in North Carolina.
Ooh, is that like one of those like gypsy kind of deals?
I'm not sure what's going on there. So,
Corporate Ladder was they're the one that's looking for the spot.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know if they like you said, gypsy brewed or contract brewed. So
Yeah.
freshness, I don't think is a concern there. But we got some Veil stuff coming in. The Veil from Richmond, Virginia, one of my
yeah.
favorite breweries.
Nice.
Coming in next week. But you do have to be concerned about freshness, mostly with IPAs. I mean,
Yeah.
but all beers really. I'm sure most brewers want you to enjoy beer fresh. They don't want you sitting on the stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a few exceptions, but yeah, we're not opposed to bringing it. We've got some Belgian beers here. We also try to do a little bit of Charleston, South Carolina beers, just because we kind of grew up in that beer scene, and we really enjoy. They have some great stuff out there. So not a lot, but we do a little.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're probably 85% North Carolina.
Sweet.
Yeah, even some North Carolina wines too.
Represent.
Yeah.
Where's Petey Pablo when you need him?
Yeah.
Definitely one of those things.
So yeah.
This is a great. It's a great approachable beer. It's not one of those crazy stouts that's 15%. You just gotta you gotta sip it. One of those things.
Yeah.
No, this is terrific.
I'm glad you like it, Dave. You like it?
It's great.
Dave's a fan.
It's a thumbs up and a great from Dave.
Yeah. It's great.
Well, if we ever do a web page or whatever, we'll do Dave's review, and it'll just be thumbs up, thumbs down, great, bad,
Would not drink.
horrible.
Terrible. Even. Definitely one of those things.
Well,
Yeah.
cool. Yeah, I'm glad you like it.
Yeah. Delicious.
I think next time we'll go with a light beer.
Light beer?
A lighter, or do an IPA or something.
All right.
That might get a thumbs down from Dave, but maybe we'll step into a lager. We'll do easy.
Yeah.
Easy first. I almost did Keepsake today. New brewery out of Gastonia.
Easy like Sunday morning.
Yes, Andrew. Easy like Sunday morning. I'll see if we can license that song for our intro.
I'll DM him and be like, hey, what's going on? You know?
Do you know what DM means? Do you have a different meaning? I mean, I think I know what it means.
Direct message.
Okay, all right. I'm not sure you didn't have some other
No,
way you were going to try to get this.
I feel like
licensing.
I feel like he's also.
Who is that? Who sings that song?
I can see him. I see the guy.
Dave's looking it up now.
Who sang "Easy Like Sunday Morning"?
When you first said it in my head, Chicago popped in my head, but now I'm thinking Saturday. Saturday.
Commodores.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, the Commodores.
I feel like I can DM the Commodores. You know.
You know, the Commodores is one of those bands. It's like the, I don't know, there's R&B bands from the 50s, 60s that they still play today, but none of the members are original. It's like the second cousin of one of the singers.
The kids run their social media platform.
Yeah.
You know, all those things.
They all do. They all go to like Myrtle Beach for shag night and stuff. It's like, oh, the Commodores.
Speaking of that, I saw a video recently of Casey and the Sunshine Band performing, like recently. Time is not on their side.
KC. The guy's name is KC, right?
He was
we
shuffling.
To assume like
He was shuffling.
yeah.
No, and not in like a dubstep like dance way too. Like it was just like, oh god.
Yeah, I assume his name is Casey, or is it a Hootie situation?
What if his name is like David? You know? Everybody calls me Casey. Name's David.
David, why do you call me Casey?
Yeah. That's but yeah, I feel like that's definitely one.
His name is Harry Wayne Casey.
Okay, but is it KC? But that's the way the band spells it, right? Yeah. Okay. We have a customer here. His name's Casey, and I honestly don't even know how to spell his name. I assume it's Casey. I don't really know, but he's always on the computer as KC.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's.
He does not have a band though. Well, he might. I don't know.
I feel like he's probably been in a band at some point in his life.
He'd be more country or western.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of the instrument that Casey would play. Besides vocals. Yeah, like a triangle or something, you know, or those Cajun things that you know they wear.
Oh, the washboard.
Yeah. He plays a main washboard.
This is
But yeah.
fly.
Oh, I was like, well, what?
Yeah. Anyway, well,
Should we go on to our
any more thoughts on the beer?
delicious?
Yeah.
2 thumbs up.
Get out to Graham, check them out.
Yep.
You know, they're not the only in that whole like Burlington whatever area. There's 3 or 4 breweries. Yeah, I'm really drawing a blank on some of the names, but Forgotten Roads is probably the star of the show.
Okay.
And then, like we said, Red Oak. You spent all day at Red Oak. I mean, they only have like 4 or 5 beers, but first of all, their beer is great.
Their beer is great.
Atmosphere is cool.
Place is huge.
Yeah. It's like an old school German beer garden.
Didn't they just build like a hotel or something onto that?
It was a like an art museum or whatever you call it, art gallery. Yeah, I don't know. It's huge. So I don't know.
Shout out to Red Oak for creating delicious beer, cool German beer hall, and art gallery.
There you go.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Nice.
Get out that way, and then you can stop at the outlet mall.
Ooh, I do love some deals. You know, it's definitely one of those things.
Yeah, it's a good spot to stop to on your way to Greensboro or, like, well, you know, even on like heading out towards like the beach or something. I mean,
Yeah.
you know, it's
Going to Raleigh, something like that.
a couple Smithfields out there. We always get you some Smithfield barbecue.
Schmidfields.
You remember that time that our friends went to the beach and me and you couldn't go for some reason? But it was Jamie and Ashley and sure Dave and Shannon, I don't know who else, and they were like, well, we're stopping at Smithfield's on the way. This is before Smithfield's was like everywhere. I don't know what exit it is off 40, And me and you rode out there with them, and then they went to the beach, and we went back home. Just because we wanted some Smithfields.
Dang, that's dedication, man.
Well, back in the day, I mean, that was exciting when it opened up there because that was the furthest west that they had came. I mean, you would only get it if you went to, I guess, Raleigh.
Yeah,
Would be the closest, or you went to the coast or whatever. Now, I mean, in Charlotte, they have one in Charlotte.
I got 5 minutes from my house. I got one.
Yeah.
Is that
Yep.
the one near Dave? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, that'd be a problem if it was near me. I mean, it's not the best barbecue in North Carolina by far, but I don't know, just something about it. Like, it's good, really good fast food barbecue.
That's a good way of describing it.
And it's different. It's a little different than, and back in the day, too, like that was what we thought East Coast barbecue tasted like. I've since learned differently, but it's still pretty damn good.
You know what would really be a problem if it was near us? Stamey's.
Carter Brothers.
Don't R.I.P.
Man.
Come on, let's pour a sip out. Oh, man. I need to find somebody that worked at Carter Brothers for a long time, get them to make us some 10-1 biscuits.
And that banana pudding?
Strawberry cake.
Yeah.
Ooh, strawberry cake. Damn. Oh, yeah, and had barbecue, too.
Damn good barbecue.
Barbecue was killer.
Yeah.
But country barbecue is pretty good, too. So
yeah, I mean,
it's a good, there's one of those in High Point now. They kind of replaced Carter Brothers, unfortunately. But
well, if we want to talk about old school High Point barbecue restaurants, Kepley's.
Oh, my God, Kepley's.
That place hadn't changed in 80 years.
Is it still open?
I think so. Maybe. I don't know.
What was the one on Main Street? It was on North Main. It was, it's been torn down, and now it's a car dealership. Something.
Oh, Henry James?
No. Well, Henry James was good, too.
Yeah.
Gordon's or something like that.
Yeah.
That place was always pretty good. That's like.
I remember a restaurant in High Point called Gordon's,
and
like a fancy steakhouse.
Oh no! God, definitely not. Nothing about it fancy. But it was a good barbecue joint.
Nice.
Yeah, they shut down a long time ago though. Unfortunately.
R.I.P.
R.I.P. All right, man. We ready for some bourbon?
Let's do it.
All right, I'm gonna let you handle that situation.
All right.
We good with the same glasses?
Yeah, I'm good with it.
We ain't picky.
I think it would be add to the whole.
Porter bourbon mixture.
All
I'm
right.
gonna let you handle if we're to explain the dynamic of this.
Yeah.
At least in my eyes, is I'm probably the beer guy.
You are.
And you're the bourbon guy.
Yeah.
Although today you're the breakfast guy too. So.
Breakfast.
And we're missing our buddy Dave. We're hoping that he did the last one with us. We're hoping that he is a fixture.
Yep. Dave. I think I'm gonna race him. We couldn't really say shit to the man,
How was that?
Definitely one of those things. All right, so today's selection. This used to be a really hard to find bottle here in North Carolina. It's the Bottle and Bond Heaven Hill. It's aged 7 years. So Bottle and Bond. Oh God, we learned about it at
I was going to ask
Trace.
you because I can't remember.
It's in a bonded warehouse, basically government controlled or government like an overseer kind of deal.
Yeah.
Right? So it's stored exactly how they want it to be. It has to be aged a minimum, I think, of 5, 6 years.
Seems like I think it was. I feel like 5.
Yeah,
I feel like
something
5.
like that.
Let me help you out here. All right.
Yep. Thank you.
The bottle and bond or bonded spirits standards are as follows. Must be aged for a minimum of 4 years.
4.
Must be bottled at precisely 100 proof. Must be made by a single distiller and I believe a single batch. So
Yep.
you can't
Yeah.
mix, blend. Yeah.
Well,
So basically, this is what it is.
Straight from the
There's
barrel.
no taking this bottle or this barrel and blending it with that barrel and
Yeah.
okay.
Yep.
And
So-
they carry a bond on it too. That's pretty wild.
Yeah, that's pretty wild. Remember when we were at Buffalo Trace and they did their, oh God, how many million barrel? It was the smallest rick house in the world or something like that. Remember that one near the We had to like sneak past the gate or whatever to go see it.
Every millionth barrel.
Yep.
They change it out.
Yep.
And it's in this, it's like this, I don't know, like this glass encased throne thing. And
It's about the size of this walk-in cooler.
Yeah. And the whole, I guess the whole staff like signs the thing. And,
Yep.
And then they'll take that out when the next millionth.
Yep.
And then they'll bottle that and they call it something.
I think our tour guide.
I feel like it's something you're never going to get a hold of.
Well, no. It went out to like some of the big time players.
I think staff got some.
The staff got some. Went out to some of the bigger players, and also it was like some charity thing or something. I remember. Mm-hmm. But yeah, it's crazy. But Heaven Hill, beautiful, absolutely beautiful distillery. I love the truck out front.
Oh yeah,
Remember that truck?
Yeah,
Be an awesome
it was a cool spot.
weekend truck.
Yeah.
But now in North Carolina, you can find this pretty easily. North and South Carolina, like I said, it used to be a really highly allocated bottle. I guess production just got up to it or whatever. But super smooth, very approachable, good price point. This is like a $50 bottle, something like that.
I've had this bottle for quite a while, so I don't really remember exactly. But I typically don't pay more than $60 for a bottle of bourbon. So
I think it's a little bit on a little bit sweeter side, but still, it's delicious juice.
It's good. It's fairly smooth. What was the proof on it again?
100 proof. Yep.
Yeah, fairly smooth. And still got a nice burn in there.
Mm-hmm. I like it. Delicious.
Nice color too.
Yep.
I feel like that's what a bourbon should look like.
Yep. I wish there was a bit more of that Kentucky hug, but that explains a little bit lower proof.
Yeah.
Typically, you would get that like 115, 120. That burn.
Well, going back to the bottle and bond, you think that's, for years you always heard, oh, these are the rules, and it's kind of like the German purity beer laws, like
Yeah.
it has to be made this blah blah blah, and Germany like regulates it. I wonder because the U.S. government doesn't exactly regulate liquor like that. I mean, they do, but they don't care. They don't care if you call it bourbon or whatever. But I wonder if that's a way to say like, well, bottle and bond means it's like they follow the rules.
Well, I'm glad you just brought that up. Another thing we learned at the Buffalo Trace distillery was actually Colonel Taylor was the one that actually created the Bottle and Bond Act, because there was a lot of different spirits that were being distilled and offered, and if you got a bottle and bond, you knew it was going to be a quality product. Kind of like the USDA approved or something like that.
Toilet bowl bourbon.
Yeah, bathtub gin, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
Colonel Taylor was definitely big on quality and a lot of other things. He wanted to be
was
over
a
the
colonel.
top. Well,
Him and the other colonel worried about chicken. He worried about bourbon.
Hey,
And look, they're both dead, and see,
bourbon chicken.
they've gone downhill since. No.
He's been dead for 100 years. We're gonna try to get him anyway.
Hey, join us next week when we'll have E.H. Taylor on the show. He's a colonel. What? He's dead. Let's try to get him anyway, folks.
Man, that's
Hey, this is a nice bourbon you got here.
brought to you by the King of Beers, Budweiser.
This bourbon's brought to you by Heaven Hill. Come see our truck.
That's awesome, man.
But yeah,
But
that's cool. That trip was pretty cool, and I've told several people about it since, and even people who don't like bourbon or could whatever care less. But I'm like, man, even if you don't like bourbon or you're not a big bourbon guy or you just drink Jack,
Yeah.
the history behind it is awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it speaks to. I mean, it's great to learn about the history of spirits and things like that. But I think it also speaks to the history of America, and making spirits and all that good stuff.
There's a lot of things that we don't have a lot of things as a relatively new country in the world. We don't have a lot of things we can claim as our own.
That's one of them.
Bourbon is one of them. Mm-hmm. Bourbon, jazz, hamburgers. Although I think that's German, maybe.
Sausage log. That's 100%.
Sausage log. That's straight up Oak Ridge, son.
Yeah. Shout out Oak Ridge.
Oak Ridge.
OR in the building.
Yeah, so it's cool and it's become a international thing. I mean, even in Portugal.
Yeah.
You remember we saw that bottle of Blanton's Gold?
That's still
You can't find that here.
And she was so confused too, the shop owner, because when we were talking about it, she was like, "I ordered on Thursday and it arrives the next Thursday. Like, I don't understand what the big deal is."
Yeah, I remember you were telling her about how it works here, at least in North Carolina.
Yeah.
It's hard to get things. It's state run and da-da-da-da. And she's like, "No, I order and it comes. I don't know. What's the problem?
Yeah.
It's bourbon."
It's just like, I don't.
It was marked up, but it wasn't marked up too much.
No, I mean,
No way we could have brought it back. We would have had to drink that whole damn bottle.
Which
we could have done. No, I ain't no quitter. But
in hindsight, we should have done.
Yeah, we really should have. Huh?
When in Rome,
it is. Or
when in Lagos.
But yeah. Yeah, I mean, it has become. I mean, even it's Japanese.
Yeah.
And technically, it's not bourbon, but they call it Japanese whiskey, barrel aged whiskey. So,
which are also delicious.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah, I've had a few. They're, pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Most of them. So it's cool that it's become a big thing. I mean, hell, even Scotch is aged in bourbon barrels.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, yeah.
It's wild to see the lifespan of a barrel, like especially if it's a Scotch barrel. Like, it was made here, charred here.
Yeah.
Had bourbon in it, and then it goes back over to Scotland, and
then sits for however long.
Yeah, the peat. The peat.
Yes, it's a wee bit peat.
But that's pretty cool.
Yeah, so, and also a lot of breweries buy them, things like that.
Yeah.
Aged beers.
We just got a really good barrel aged. I'm sorry if I'm wrong, but I'm too lazy to go get the bottle and look at it. It's a Willet barrel, I believe, from Newgrass.
Oh, yeah.
Cask strength porter. I'm sorry, stout. Excellent.
Man.
We have another one from Casita. That's really good. We have their double barrel. It's like a habanero stout.
Ooh.
Double barrel aged, Willet, 12 years, and something else for 12 years. 12 months.
Dang,
and then, 12 years.
That's a whole beer.
And then some other bourbon barrel for 12 more months.
Dang.
Fantastic. Yeah, so.
Remember when we went to Willet? And, they had that beautiful tap room, gorgeous. The food was fantastic. Do you remember their soundtrack, though? Like,
no.
They were playing amazing music. It was like old school, like Fugees. And
Okay, yeah, I do. Now that you just mentioned that, I remember because when you walk up, it's like an old, like you wouldn't expect it.
No, not at all. And I think that was the amazing surprise is, from the road, it looks like a beautiful distillery in Kentucky, and then you go in. And it's more modern. It's very well done.
Yeah.
Very open kitchen. Chefs pacing around, barking orders, all that other stuff.
Yeah.
But sweet sounds of the Fugees.
Yeah, it was a pretty cool spot.
Yeah.
We didn't get to spend much time there though. I
No.
remember we had like an appetizer and a flight or something.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I remember too. They had all the purple tops, all their really sought after bourbons.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, we just spent so much time at Buffalo Trace. We went back the next day.
Well, there was a good reason why we went back the next day.
Yeah. At about 5:30 in the morning.
So for those that don't know or haven't been to the distillery, Buffalo Trace release a new offering every day, right? And so we went one day and it was Blanton's, yep. And so basically how it works is you can't buy Blanton's from there for 90 days, I believe it is.
Something like that. But the fact that we even got it, I'm still waiting for the Buffalo Trace police to call me, but you need to return one of those bottles. Or both bottles.
Yeah. So it's a single person can't buy it again for 90 days. You can buy Buffalo Trace every day, and I think their weekly vodka and bourbon cream. But there's also a website that does this amazing prediction, which I'm sure that somebody at the distillery runs that website. It's their prediction of what does Buffalo Trace have today or something like that. I think that's the name of the website. And I think they're like 99.9% accurate.
Yeah.
So I'm like, yeah, there's somebody on the inside.
Well, I know they predicted the Blantons that day.
Yep. And then E.H. Taylor was the next day, and so we got up at the ass crack of dawn and
got in line.
Yep. Which, and yeah, we were home by 9 o'clock,
something like that. Yeah, I mean, we waited. We were in line at least a good 2 hours, if not longer.
Yeah, I mean, great conversations in line with people around us. It was a fun time.
I mostly remember talking to that one guy and saying, I haven't waited in a line for something like this since a beer, like, I think I said Wicked Weed or something.
Yeah,
He was like, you waited in line for beer?
You're like, dude, you're waiting in line right now for bourbon. I mean,
it's
a lot can be said.
Their own.
Yeah.
That was crazy because they only release a few hundred bottles, maybe 1,000 or something. And then there was way more people than that in line when it was done, or when they opened the doors.
That happens every single day.
Could you imagine waiting in line and then, nope, sold out.
Oh, you know how pissed you'd be if you were the next person in line, and you just watch somebody like grab the bottle and take it up. Oh my god!
Well, you know how pissed was people that saw us walk right up at like 10:30 in the morning.
Hey man, they had tour openings.
Hey, so if you go to book a tour for Buffalo Trace, they're booked 3-4 months out, depending on the time of year.
Yeah.
So we're like, well, we didn't plan the trip that far out, so we're like, well, we're just gonna wing it. We'll see what happens, and you can walk the grounds, without a tour pass or whatever.
But you have to get in the back of the line.
Yeah. So, but the thing is, if you get a tour pass, it allows you before the tour even starts. Doesn't matter if the tour is at 9 o'clock or 5 o'clock. It allows you to go to the gift shop and buy whatever and skip the line. So, I mean, don't get me wrong, I was looking forward to the tour, but didn't really care at the end of the day that much.
Yeah.
We walk up, and I think maybe it was your wife was like, so are there any tours available? Just for the hell of it. Yeah, we had 4 just canceled. You want to grab these tickets?
Yes. Let's do that.
And this is at like maybe close to 10.
Yeah.
It's sort of 10:30 tour, and I'm like, are you sure? And finally, yeah. And they give us the passes or whatever. It was free, right?
Yeah. It's
completely. Everything's free.
Yeah.
And we're like, okay, does this allow us to go to the gift shop?
I'm like, yeah, going in.
And I'm like, yeah. So we snatched them things up and went straight to the gift shop. And like, Brittany bought a bottle of Blanton. I bought a bottle, you bought a bottle, Kim bought a bottle. And we're chatting. And I'm like, walking to the car with like this, like they're gonna stop it. There's no way this is how this works. There's literally a line at least 500 deep waiting to get these tickets and waiting to,
we just walked in.
And we just walked straight in. And like, listen, it's Blanton's. I get it. A lot of hype.
Yeah,
it's a $60 bottle now.
Yeah.
It's, is it the best bourbon? No, it's not the best bourbon. But it's still for that hard to find and that rare.
Well, yeah.
Just to walk in and pay retail for it is like from the source.
The looks that we got heading back to the car with our with our goods.
Yeah, throw them in the trunk.
Yeah. And then we just kind of walked around.
Like, still, the whole time just going, this can't be right.
I mean,
so yeah, good times.
They were like, "Hey, what's your home address?" And we were like, "You don't
need that, player."
Nah.
I think they scanned our ID actually.
109 your mama house. Like
that's how they keep up with you.
Yeah.
not allowing you to buy multiple bottles in a certain period of time or whatever.
Yeah, they have to
so.
scan your driver's license or whatever.
Yeah. So
Anyway.
definitely cool. I recommend everybody that they do that bourbon tour.
Yeah,
It's some variation of whatever. I don't know.
Yeah.
Go Evan Williams or something. It's pretty neat.
Well, and also we got to go into Warehouse I, which is a lot of like Wellers and
Yeah, that was
OFC
cool.
and
That was cool. It's everything you had to duck because everything was built when people were a lot shorter.
tiny.
Yeah, and honestly, man, they have something for everybody. I mean, I don't care if you just hate bourbon. There's no way you're turning down that chocolate bourbon.
Oh my God,
That stuff.
that bourbon cream.
Yes. But they had different stuff there, and
Orange sodas.
not at Buffalo Trace, but most of them they did cocktails and stuff, and
Yeah.
had full bars and
Oh, especially Heaven Hill. Their
Yeah.
bar upstairs was phenomenal.
Bardstown.
Oh,
We ate lunch there.
that place is magical.
Yeah, that place it's almost too fancy.
Yeah. Very, very modern distillery.
Yeah.
A very kind of like Scandinavian kind of vibe there. Food was absolutely incredible, beautifully designed, all that good stuff, and they make a tremendous product.
Yeah, for
So,
sure.
yeah, we got I think we got some signed bottles. just
Yeah,
like that.
I still have where the distiller signed it.
Yep.
The head distiller. I don't know. I guess I might not ever open it. We'll see.
I haven't opened mine
I don't
yet
imagine
either.
it's gonna be worth anything, but you
Nah,
never know.
You know, you sign a T-shirt.
Yeah.
Sign a bottle.
Why not?
Yeah, why not? But anyway,
Well, cool.
so that concludes our bourbon selection. Definitely one of
Where
those kind
where
of
are we at time wise?
Dave?
Total.
About an hour.
About an hour?
Okay.
All right.
Well, cool.
Sweet. This just proves that we can ramble on for an hour.
I think last week proved that we can definitely ramble on, especially if you add a third version of us to the thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
And we get a little bit of drink in us.
You know, it's one of those kind of deals. Maybe we should like pregame it. You know, we're like, hey, this episode's brought to you by the.
Harry Carey will come out naturally.
Yeah.
So
Well, you know, and maybe next week's episode we can, you know, because we talked about the Harry Carey advice. You know, maybe we can.
what's a version of a question that someone would ask Harry Carey?
Well,
Give me a question.
I asked that, and hold on. It was Ben who asked this question.
That's right. Yeah. Shout out to Ben Cohen.
Yeah, absolutely. What was it, man?
We get him on the podcast. That's a funny fucker.
Yeah. Yes, 100%. That needs to happen. It was. Oh my God! Hold on, because it has to. This has to happen.
Damn, how many TikToks you got to shuffle through to get to his question? He
I
asked you like
mean,
a couple of days ago.
It's one of those things, man. You know, we gotta do that. You see funny stuff on the internet, you gotta share that. Basically, it was. Oh God.
I know him and his girlfriend find Harry Carey, me doing my Harry Carey, really anybody doing their Harry Carey, as funny as like the first time when you saw Will Ferrell do it.
Oh man.
It's because like she probably had never seen it before.
No.
And let me tell you something. There's no way in hell she knows who Harry Carey is.
Oh, no, absolutely not.
Although, well, her sons are really into baseball, but still,
Yeah,
they're
but-
really young. I don't see her knowing who Harry Carey is.
No.
Because she's not, nothing. She's just not. She's a little younger and stuff.
Well, she didn't watch TV. I think.
And she didn't watch TV, so not even knowing what Will Ferrell's Harry Carey is like. So,
All right. So the question was, how can I be sure a job is right for me before accepting a job offer?
oh wow, all right, that's pretty difficult.
That's
So, you just look at the interviewer right in the eye and you say, "I'll come at you like a spider monkey." And whatever he says to that, then you'll know right off the bat. It'll tell you. There'll be telltale signs. You'll know whether or not to take this job at 7-Eleven or not. You'll know right off the bat. Should I not restock shelves at the 7-Eleven.
Anyway,
Anyway.
next up to bat, Jose Canseco's. It's definitely so. I'm just gonna start asking random people who, of course, you have to know a little bit about Harry Carey, but hey,
I don't know. I almost wonder if that question had nothing to do with Harry Carey.
no.
So-
But also that's one of the questions like you want to.
I still feel like that's got to be done off air, or I'm like, hey guys, I'm gonna go use the restroom real quick, and I come back with a stupid wig and some glasses. Hi. Anyway, next week on the show we're gonna have Albert Einstein. What? He's dead. Let's try to get him anyway, folks. Cubs win. Cubs will win.
It's definitely gonna be one of those things. It's like, I don't know, Norm. You got to look into the company culture.
Somebody's asked a question about a ham sandwich at some point. So he'd be like, I had a ham sandwich named Linda once. It was delicious. Linda Ham, everybody. Linda Ham. Hi.
That's, oh my God, that guy was just so good. He's a son that does some announcing. I think it's like college.
Harry Carey Jr.?
I forget what his name is, but
he's Harry Carey, just a little less. Hey, everybody.
He doesn't tick as bad,
This is his new age Harry Carey. This game is brought to you by Truly's. Nice, tall, cold Truly's. Anyway, up to bat.
It's a seltzer. It'll get you drunk.
Cubs win.
He doesn't
Cubs
look
win.
as much like Kim Jong Un.
Kim Jong Un, he played third base for the Red Sox in 1954. I think. Anyway, I'm not so sure.
Anyway, he looked like it.
He was pretty good. I think he hit 450 in the minors. In Saskatchewan.
He can throw a mean slider.
He don't mean sliders.
Harry, he played third base. Anyway,
mean sliders. This episode is brought to you by Sliders. Little hamburgers, everybody. Little hamburgers.
This episode's brought to you by Dickie's Barbecue.
We have sliders every Sunday. Anyway. All right. I think on that note,
Yeah, we
probably
gotta
end this madness.
Yeah, probably. Well,
We expect a lot of Harry Carey on this deal.
yeah, a lot of just random.
We'll try to leave it towards the end, so like if you start seeing me go, you might nah.
Yeah.
Off.
Yeah. Oh,
Done.
Here he goes.
Done.
He's morphing. He's morphing. Well, this kind of deal.
Cool. Anything else to say?
I think we covered it all.
All right. Make a sausage log.
Yep, do it.
Drink beer at Forgotten Roads. Or
Yep.
buy it here from us at 115 Craft. And
Drink bourbon.
thumbs up for sure on Heaven Hill. All right. We're out.
Sweet.